Hello everybody, it's Kristin and Molly, who has decided to hog the screen here. Hey, you want to move? And this week we are going to do something a little lighter than we did last week. If you remember, last week was the rather serious book about the troubles in Northern Ireland. But this week, what we're going to do is The Martian by Andy Weir. You may have seen the movie that was based on this book, and the movie was a really, really good adaptation of the book. It got all the major plot points. It didn't add or subtract anything significant. It was really well cast. I mean, I think Matt Damon was perfect as Mark Watney. But if you've seen the movie and haven't read the book, I would really encourage you to read the book because Andy Weir wrote a story that is scientifically pretty accurate and has a really good plot. The characters are just as good as what you saw on screen, even a little bit better. There are some bits of humor in the book that didn't make it into the movie for various reasons that are actually among my favorite parts of the book. If you haven't read the book or seen the movie, a little bit of synopsis. The story is about Mark Watney, who is an astronaut on one of the first missions to Mars, and he and his crew are only there for a few days out of what was supposed to be, I don't know, it was like 50 days, I think. I haven't read the book in a while. And a really bad dust storm blows up, really high winds, and they end up having to abort the mission. But on the way to the vehicle, Mark gets injured and blown away from the rest of the group, and they think he's dead. And the rest of the story is how he survives and how he's rescued. But the part that I'm going to read for you is the actual moment of the accident when everybody thinks that Mark is actually killed. It was a ridiculous sequence of events that led to me almost dying, and an even more ridiculous sequence that led to me surviving. The mission is designed to handle sandstorm gusts up to 150 kilometers per hour. So Houston got understandably nervous when we got whacked with 175 kilometer per hour winds. We all got into our flight spacesuits and huddled in the middle of the habitat, just in case it lost pressure. But the hab wasn't the problem. The Martian ascent vehicle is a spaceship. It has a lot of delicate parts. It can put up with storms to a certain extent, but it can't just get sandblasted forever. After an hour and a half of sustained wind, NASA gave the order to abort. Nobody wanted to stop a month-long mission after only 6 days, but if the MAV took any more punishment, we'd all have gotten stranded down there. We had to go out into the storm to get from the HAB to the MAV. That was going to be risky, but what choice did we have? Everyone made it but me. Our main communications dish, which relays signals from the HAB to Hermes, acted like a parachute, getting torn from its foundation and carried with the torrent. Along the way, it crashed through the reception antenna array. Then one of those long, thin antennas slammed into me end first. It tore through my suit like a bullet through butter, and I felt the worst pain of my life as it ripped open my side. I vaguely remember having the wind knocked out of me, well, pulled out of me, really, and my ears popping painfully as the pressure of my suit escaped. The last thing I remember was seeing Johansson hopelessly reaching out toward me. And from there, things get interesting. He endures things like realizing he doesn't have enough food to survive until the earliest point that anybody could possibly be back for him, or so he thinks. He does end up finding a way to communicate with NASA. He ends up finding a way to grow his own food, to go out and explore and find a way to increase his chances of survival. Anyway, some of it may seem a little scientific to some readers. I would still urge you to give it a try. It's not so deep that you can't get it. I myself am interested in science, but I don't know a lot about some of the more technical aspects, and I still loved this book. So I would really encourage you to give it a shot. So if you would like to continue on with this book, please consider supporting your local Aggie bookstore by doing so. There will be a link down in the comments where you can purchase the book. I'm going to start something new this week, and from now until next Friday, the 21st, this book will be 25% off. So not only will you get a great book, support your local Aggie bookstore, get to save a little money in the bargain. So please consider getting it from us. And in the meantime, we still have our issues with COVID going on, so please wash your hands frequently, wear your face mask, stay 6 feet away from people. Our store is still open. We are enforcing the masks and social distancing, but please do come in, stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.